Oh hi, it's Bukai and welcome back to another video of Melvor Idol. And as you can see, we are grinding some leather hides and we've got a ton of prayer points and we have been grinding for a while here because our prayer is up to level 14, our range is up to 39, our health to 32, and we got our strength up to 23 and our melee up to 20. The reason why I decided to do this is quite simple, because considering I didn't want to keep spending 100,000 on the 1,000 leather hides when I could just level up my lower level skills and keep going up that way rather than wasting some money by shooting arrows continuously at it. Now, that might seem like a bad idea, like, oh, why are you splitting your points? And well, it's simple answers because it's not an MMO. Inside of an actual MMO, you would absolutely, it's the basics of a PvP oriented game or system. It's you want to be focusing on one stat unless you have a specific hybrid build in mind that could actually work. For example, take the quality builds from Demon Souls and whatnot. They did work and still do work. They're not as effective, but in the hands of a skilled player, they are extremely deadly. This is a idle game, and so the point is to get 99 in all stats. So I might as well kill 16 birds with one stone type thing and get a lot of these pieces down. I am leveling up our prayer, and oh, it's level 16. For some reason, I thought it was level 15 that I get my new prayer. And we've gotten a lot of leather hides. Like you can see 258 sitting in my inventory. I've got 13 more bones, but I've also spent a bunch on the melee accuracy potions. And then if I scroll down, you can see that our crafting is up to 49. So we have been buying and gaining a ton of leather. Like we even built some hard leather bodies to actually build this a little bit faster before I said, you know what, speed's not as important as just getting the raw XP on there. I can let this run overnight. I can let it run for an hour or so while I work on some videos and whatnot. So that's basically been the entire time is we just need to continuously farm cows. And that's really it. Keep getting our leather hides up in order to upgrade our crafting. We want to reach level 57 in order to get access to the dragon hides, as I have a feeling this is going to be giving me some ranged bonuses as the leather hides have. But I'm also hoping that the dragon hides will give me some defense, unlike the leather, which is basically just defenseless, gives me nothing. So I'm hoping that it gives me something in there to make it worthwhile to use over the actual mithril. Seemingly, because considering most of the mobs are melee defense, or at least melee attack. So there is that on there. So many cows, so little time. So many cows, so little time. Now let me just minimize that. Let's scroll up, go to our bank, and you can see here that we got another 755 mithril javelins that we've been making. Let's just sell that massive chunk, and we have 1,300 of our mithril arrows left. Yeah. It's been a nice work in progress, and now we got 200k, which means... Oh, we can buy nothing because we've already bought those. Never mind. But we got our bank slots up to 45, and this is starting to get a little costly, so we're going to stop that for a bit. And I'm probably going to save up my points to get the auto eat, as the auto eat function is, I'm hoping it's pretty good. I don't know how efficient it is, especially considering equal to or below. Oh, 20%. That's low. I'm not sure I like that. I might want to actually level up to get multi-tree, as even though multi-tree may not be the best solution to get right away, multi-tree, I'm thinking, could get me the ones I need for the javelins, and then the next tier that I can have a massive bank of at the same time. So that might be the best way to actually go about that. And let's go back to the cows. Click here, which I found out. So useful. And we still have prayer points, it seems. Not many, 45, as you do rip through prayer points. The one that I'm using uses 2 as swing. But, like I said, I've been sitting on cows for so long today that I've just gotten so many so many of these things. Like, I'm almost even level 16 on our prayer, which is nice. It is nice. And our farming has gone up to level 31, so we're starting to... Oh, well, there we go. There's 100k that I can actually buy. And you know what? Plant some compost, plant a seed, and let's plant some willow trees on there. And nice, 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 nice. Because these are a nice chunk of EXP, as it can show. Great source of EXP. And, you know, a little bit of logs, which can be used to fire making or split into arrow shafts. Just useful all around on there, especially once I can start getting maple trees in here or whatnot. But the main thing that I do have to upgrade is I need to get my smithing upgrade, or my mining upgraded to level 70 to get the adamant ore. I'm going to most likely be sitting on them AFK all night long, as that just seems to be the best way to go about it. But, you know, is what it is what it is. Now, I think that's decent for the farm animals today. Let me go over to here and go to leather chaps and create. 297 of them to create, which is a decent chunk of EXP. It's not going to bring me up to level 50, unfortunately. I could drop the other 100k on there to get another 1,000 up on there and just do a nice cut to come back, but I don't know. I think the strategy I've got going right now in order to build up these levels a little bit further and whatnot is a better plan, but you know, is what it is what it is. I'm not going to complain if I do. I mean, I will, but it's a different story. I think I'm just going to do a cut once I get the actual leather cut, or once I get the leather cuts done, then I'm going to do a cut. That's just Bokai being Bokai and stumble words, English hard. So I'm going to get the leather chaps up, and then I'm going to move on into the actual mining overnight. And, oh, nice, crops. What crops are done? What crops are done? Ready to harvest, and harvest a garum orb. And we will put some compost in there because I can, and I do buy a bunch of compost. It's just, at this point, the little bit of cost for the compost outweighs the, basically it outweighs the con. I'd rather get the actual plant rather than over here. I don't really care about them, simply considering these are just merchables, so they're just money and a bit of EXP if it goes through. But the herbs I need, and I need a lot of them. Those guys need the compost straight up, and same with the trees, just to get the EXP and keep that running. I mean, I suppose I could compost these as well, but nah. Either way, I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm going to make a cut here, and I will see you guys in a bit once I have been mining all night. Alright, so I'm back, and what you guys can see is quite a lot has happened. We have been back on wood cutting, obviously, as you can see, and we actually remembered for once to turn back on our potions so we can get more birds' nests in order to combine to get more farming seeds. We have also been making some more mithril javelins using all of the mining mithril ores that we got and the coal ores. So if I go down to the bank, there's a couple things that I have gotten. And if you look here, I've got 1,080 mithril javelins. And let's just sell that for 168,000 coins. Huzzah! 279k GP. Now, this is what I forgot to do last time, is go down to agility. Click on agility, scroll all the way down, and we gathered up willow logs and teak logs in order to gain an additional fire making skill and reduce the wood cutting interval. So let's build that obstacle. And you know what? I am going to start the agility. It's going to take 17 seconds per 31 experience, meaning it's not the most efficient, but it does give me a decent chunk of gold and a bunch of extra bonuses. And if I go down to global passives, you can see all of them right here. Now if I go down to obstacle 4s, which I can't actually click on yet, kind of sucks, but agility looks like it's a very important skill that I neglected a bit, and I should have paid more attention to it. Yeah. Whoops. It's fine. It's fine. Other than that, we have 129k gold left, and we have 500 of our maple logs. Now, that usually would be turned into, like, taking these mithril ores and these coals, turning it into bars, turning it into javelins, in order to turn this into, extra cash. However, I've kind of decided that I need to save my coal ore, and I'm going to be mining a ton of coal ore and swapping down to mithril. Now, what I'm going to be doing with this mithril is just selling it directly. I'm basically done collecting the mithril ore. This may not be the most efficient money-making path for the amount of time spent. It is worth it to do it this way, in my opinion, because I need to save up the actual coal ore, as I'm gambling on, just based off of this, if I click on the right menu, just based off of the bar trends. If I go over here, you can see the steel bar was 1 and 2 coal. This one here was 1 and 4 coal. I'm guess the adamantine is 1 and 6 coal, and I'm guessing that the next bar after that is going to be 1 and 8 coal. So I need a ton of coal. I need to save up as many of them as possible in order to get ready for the adamantine bars. It's going to be a bit. It's going to be a bit. But the reason why we're still going to be selling all of the mithril ore is because considering mithril ore is still worth a little bit of money. And as you can see, maple cooking fire, we have upgraded that. And huzzah! We can actually use mahogany. Wow, that's how high up my fire making went. It looks like mahogany will be the cap, though, for that. It's 200k. Not bad, but I really do need to work on my fishing. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm still going to be sitting on the agility for a tad bit, and then eventually go back to Z fishing. But if you guys have been enjoying this video, don't hesitate to give it a like, subscribe, pass it on to your friends. If you hated it, pass it on to your enemies out of pure spite. If you guys would like to help support the channel, there's a link to a coffee shop where you can buy me a coffee. It'd be much appreciated. And if you guys would like to join our lovely Discord, there's a link for that in the link below, and we would love to have you in our community. And with that, take care, everyone.